All right. I am testing out the BlueCruise in my 2021 F-150 Power Boost. I bought this truck back in April of 21. When I bought it then, it was prepped and ready for hands-free driving, but the software update was supposed to come out before the end of the year last year. I just got the letter from Ford saying you can either do an over-the-air update in the driveway or in your own driveway, or take it into the dealer, and it would probably take an overnight drop off to get the software updated by the dealer. I've got pretty good Wi-Fi in my driveway, so for the last maybe 10 to 14 days I've been getting an update maybe every second day. So it took about 5 or 6 updates from whatever version I was on. So I was, of course, excited about the truck getting new functionality. So went out on Wikipedia and I got up to 2.8.1, and Wikipedia said, for the Mach-E and for the Ford F-150, they had the two numbers there that showed that 2.8.2 for the F-150 in the Ford Power Up software would enable BlueCruise. And sure enough, my truck is scheduled to pick up updates at 2 a.m. every night. Went out and ran an errand after work with my wife, and I saw that there was an update available, so I overrode the automatic setting and did this last update as a manual push. Went inside and got dinner, and I checked my Ford Pass app, and I saw that the update was able to finish successfully. So now I'm at 2.8.2. This is in the evening, so I'm not sure how clear the GoPro will be, but I've got the dashboard brightness turned up. So I am going to cut on cruise control, which for the last year has just meant adaptive cruise control, and it would adjust to traffic, and as long as you kept your hands on the steering wheel, the truck could drive itself, but it had to sense the weight of your hand on the steering wheel. And if you were too light or you took your hands off, it would give you the nag to drive again. So now I'm going to enforce lane centering here, and that should cut on BlueCruise. So I don't know whether this will show up on the video, but the dashboard turned blue. The left icon now shows hands-free with a forward steering wheel. Of course, the speed on the right-hand side. I can hit 2 clicks on set and go up to 68. I think the speed limit here on the dash is saying it's 60, so I'm gonna take 8 clicks down and go to 61. And so now I am completely hands-free. There are sensors up here. I don't know whether if you can see my finger moving there, but what the truck does, from what I read in the details on the website, now it's monitoring your gaze and your eyes, whether you're paying attention to the road. So I have my hands here, I'm resting them on my lap, and I'm keeping my eyes on the road, of course, and it's working pretty well. From where I sit, I don't know whether it will come out on the video. It looks like it's favoring the left side of the lane a little bit, but that just may be, because I'm not in control and I usually drive more toward the center of the lane. It will not, I think if I cut on the turn signal, which we'll try here, there's no traffic around me. It's a lazy Monday night on 77 North in South Carolina heading towards Charlotte. So I'm going to cut on my signal. That didn't cut off BlueCruise. Now I'm going to take over, move one lane over, check my blind spot. I'm cutting the signal off, and it said hands-free again, so now I'm taking my hands off. So I'm going to go ahead and ride this out until we get to the border of North Carolina. So hopefully I've got enough battery left in the GoPro here. Really excited about this. I work in technology, so I like all things tech and geek, and part of the reason I bought this truck was, it's a hybrid, gets really good gas mileage in the city. So now that empty nesters and my kids are gone, who do all the heavy lifting and projects for me when they were teen football players in high school. This truck is more of a Cadillac use than a truck now. This is what me and my wife drive in. I do like having the hybrid feature. You know, we've had a situation here recently where we had a contractor in the house using a compressor, and you know, we've got 2 deep freezers in the garage, and every time he plugged in the compressor, it would set off the breaker. All right, so up here on the left now, I'm in my lane. There's a truck approaching on my left, and it's keeping a good distance. It's not doing anything unpredictable. I'm still hands-free here. No trailer on that truck, so that was less stressful than it could have been, but so far so good with the software. Anyway, so you know, I'm working remote, and so when the power goes off the second time, I use the power boost, or excuse me, the Forward Pass app to enable the plug in the bed of the truck. He plugged in his compressor. It was using about 1200 watts. This one is rated for, I think, 2400. And I was able to lock the truck, go upstairs, keep working. I could check on my phone. So I really like having, you know, the mobile generator. It will start itself up, top off the battery, and then cut itself off. So if we ever go camping, you know, we can have power from the truck with a full tank of gas. I want to say that Ford said that it should last for 32 hours, you know, of consistent use. So, you know, it's a lot of, this is a modern truck, and, you know, and it's still, you know, heavy duty enough that if I need to go get a cubic yard of mulch or whatever, I'm not worried about that. And then just the routine homeowner deliveries where they say, hey, we'll bring it out to your house for $125. And I'm like, no, just throw it on the back of the truck. I'll pull around to the back. So, and I'm a big guy, so I prefer having the truck too. It gives me more room. And now that I'm getting, you know, 24 or 28 miles to the gallon in the city, it's really great. So then on the highway, you know, if I can stay out of the turbo, stay out of the boost, I can probably do 22 to 24 on the highway. And then if I'm not being the best eco-friendly driver on the highway, if I'm really getting it, it'll drop down to about 17 or 18, which, you know, the prior truck I had before this was the Coyote V8. And it wasn't terrible in the city. It's probably 18, 19. But if I was, you know, if you're on a 70 mile per hour highway, and you may inadvertently end up with the cruise on 80 or something like that, you know, it would just drink gas. So, but I love that engine. I love the sound. This is a totally different character. The torque that's available because of the electric engine off idle really makes for a great experience. So, well, hopefully this is the battery didn't die, and you're able to see here in the dark that the hands-free icon is here. I'm keeping my eyes on the road, and hopefully the GoPro was able to pick up that the car is driving itself. I can wave my hands here in the dark. Maybe you can see that a little better. And it's doing pretty good, not giving me any anxiety or doing anything unexpected as we're lazily going the speed limit here. It feels like we're walking. So this is I think this is a win for Ford. I don't know whether anybody will buy the truck because of this, but if you own one and you're on the road a lot, it would definitely be a great way to enjoy your coffee, or if you're gonna grab a Egg McMuffin and you're on the highway, and you know, you can keep your eyes on the road, eat your Egg McMuffin, and still reach and take over control really easily. So I look forward to seeing how they refine the software. So far, this is my first time using it, and it's working really great.